Good evening, brothers and sisters. Zanele has indicated that he can't be present tonight at the Greek tutoring session. I also see there's no one else present yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and respond to some of the documents that he actually placed on the UNISA Greek Assistance WhatsApp group to help you prepare for Friday's exam. Now, I want to start, I think we should start, let me put it that way, with the document, How to Parse Nouns and Verbs. Now, he sent that out this afternoon, and I think it's very important to revise that. So let's start with the word parsing. To parse is to take it apart, to dissect it, to cut it up into its pieces, you could say. Its morphological features. Morphe in Greek means the form or the shape. Logia means knowledge of. So morphology is the study of the forms or the shapes. So the morphology, that word is normally used to describe what the word looks like, its form. Does it have a prefix? Does it have a suffix? What is the stem of the verb or the noun? What is the case? What is the number? What is the gender? Etc. So the morphology is simply a clever word for the form and the shape of the word. So now, when you are parsing, you're explaining the morphological features of that word, whether it's a noun or a verb or an adjective or whatever else. So it means analyzing and describing the noun. Let's start with the noun. That's where this little document starts, how to parse a noun. With parsing is meant you should analyze and describe the noun according to its constituent elements. So what are the different elements of a noun? There's the case, and you know by now that the case is either nominative, accusative, genitive, or dative. Those are the four options that you have for the case. There's also vocative, the fifth case, vocative, meaning when you are addressing someone, when you're saying, Lord, have mercy, then it's not kurios, then it's kurie. That e for the masculine nouns is the vocative form, but the vocative is very rare. So normally we talk about the four cases: nominative, accusative, genitive, and dative. And then there's the number. It's either singular or plural. And then there's the citation form. It's also gender, of course. So those are the three. It's the case, the number, and the gender. Gender is masculine, feminine, or neuter. So they ask you then to give the full citation form. And the citation form is the way the noun is included in the word list, the vocabulary list, or in a dictionary, a lexicon for that matter. So in the citation form, it is given in the nominative singular, the genitive singular, the article that goes with it, and then the English equivalent. So these are the four things that that are needed when you give the citation form. All right, so for example, in red, you see there hodus. Now, if you have to parse the noun hodus, you will say it's accusative, plural of hodos, and then that comma, the u, that is the genitive. So hodos is the nominative singular form. Hodu is the genitive singular. He is the feminine article, definite article, meaning the, showing you that this is a feminine noun. And then a comma, and then road. That's the English equivalent. So that's why they didn't include the gender in the first two features, because gender is included in the citation form, which is given below. So those are the things you need to do when you parse a noun. Give the case, you say it's accusative, genitive, dative, nominative. The number, it's singular or plural, and then the citation form of hodos, comma, u, or do, comma, he, which is the definite article showing it's feminine, and then the equivalent road, the equivalent English meaning. Now I see there's a message coming through from someone. Let me just see who that is. Okay, so people are actually saying I don't need to do this. Let me just complete my survey of this parsing of nouns and verbs, and then I'll stop. Then each one can work at their own pace. So parsing is one thing. That is explaining the morphological features. Now, explaining is something else. Parse and explain. Explain is to tell why, explain the function of the case in which the noun occurs. So you don't have to explain why the noun is masculine or feminine. There's no real explanation for that. That we just have to accept. But what you do need to explain is why is it in the accusative or in the genitive or the dative. So the example there then is to teknon age ton hippon. The child is leading the horse. If you need to explain ton hippon, you must explain why it is in the accusative. First of all, if you parse it, you will say accusative singular of hippos, comma, u, hippos, hippu, comma, ho, because it's a masculine noun, comma, horse. If that's parsing it, explaining it is accusative as the direct object of the verb age. Ago means to lead. Age means he leads. And hippos, hippon is the direct object of the verb ago, and therefore it's in the accusative. Right. Now, secondly, parsing a verb. To parse a verb, you need to be able to describe the verb exactly according to the categories of, and there's 5, person, number, time, mood, and voice. Time is also sometimes called tense. All right, so example. Now they don't give you the form of luo. Third person, singular, present, indicative, active of luo, that will be lu'e. So if you see the word lu'e, you will say that's third person singular, meaning he or she or it. Present tense, the action is taking place now, that's the time. Indicative, that is the voice. No, the mood. And active is the voice. It's active or passive or middle. Those are the three options for voice. All right, so person is singular or plural. Person is first person, second person, or third person. Number is singular or plural. Time is present, aorist, perfect, etc. Mood is indicative, subjunctive, imperative. And voice is passive or active or middle. So when you explain, now that's parsing. Now when you explain a verb, you will not have to do this in the exam, but that helps. You don't need to parse verbs in the exam. You're off the hook. That's very important. That's helpful to know. But then how to parse and explain a pronoun. Now remember, pronoun is he or she, or we, or they, or you, plural, or them, us or we in the different cases. So, for example, third person, personal pronoun. Hoi mathetai tu Jesu ebaditson pros auton. Just put this thing on silent. Hoi mathetai, the disciples, to Jesu, in the genitive, so it means of Jesus, the disciples of Jesus. Ebaditson, that's the imperfect of baditso, to walk, were walking, the imperfect is the continuous past tense. Pros auton, pros is a preposition. With the accusative, it means towards, movement towards. The disciples of Jesus were walking towards him. Autos means he, aute means she, auto means it. So how do you parse it? You say accusative, masculine singular of autos, comma, aute, comma, auto. But you don't write out aute, auto, you just write comma, hyphen o. That's parsing it. Explaining it is, you say it's accusative after pros, the preposition pros. It's masculine singular to agree with O Jesus, to which it refers. Yeah, so why is it masculine? Because it is, who's this him? It refers back to Jesus, to Jesu. Okay, then there's a second example. The first or second person personal pronouns. That was the third person. First person or second person. Humeis, paidia, tu theu, dia emu. Humeis means you, plural, you all, you guys. Paidia tu theu, children of God. Tu theu is genitive, so it's of God. Dia emu, through me. There's no verb in that sentence. It often happens in Greek that the plural, the noun, the verb emi can be eliminated, can be left out when it's obvious that it means you are the children of God through me. So humeis, if you have to parse that, it is a nominative plural of su, you. You, that's singular, su, but the plural form of it is humeis in the nominative. And secondly, it is nominative as the subject of the implied verb. It's called the link verb, este. You are. So it's Amy, ace, a, omen, este, usi, or usen. So este means second person plural of Amy, you are. Then relative pronouns. which, whom, to whom, of whom, or whose in English. Ginoskomen ton profeten, hos egrapse tus nomus. Now there's a spelling error there, that egrapse should start with an epsilon, not two gammas. Ginoskomen, we know. Ton profeten, accusative. So it's the direct object. We know the prophet, comma, hos, who, egrapse, wrote, tus nomus, the laws. Nomus, tus nomus is accusative plural, masculine, direct object of the verb egrapse. Hos is the relative pronoun, who, the man who, the prophet who. So when you parse it, you say nominative, masculine singular, of hos, he, ho, which is the relative pronoun. Why is it nominative? It is nominative as the subject of the verb egrapse. There it is spelled correctly. It is masculine singular to agree with the antecedent ton profeten. That's why it's masculine, because the prophet is masculine. All right, so that's the little document on how to parse a noun, a verb, and a pronoun. I think the other feedback that Zanella included on Greek assignment 1, the key, and assignment 2, it's very important to look at that in detail, line by line, what the correct answers are to those assignment questions. All right, so let me leave it there. If any of you want to ask me a particular specific personal question about the curriculum, about the Greek, you're free to WhatsApp me, and we can then have a personal discussion, or WhatsApp discussion, or even a WhatsApp call if you like. And so good luck for Friday. If you work extremely hard and focus and memorize those paradigms, logos, logon, logu, logo, singular, logoi, logus, logon, logois, as the masculine, etc., then it will help you a great deal to do those translations. And so the format of the exam, as you've seen, there's multiple choice questions for 30 marks, parsing and explaining for 60 marks, translation from English to Greek, 20 marks, from Greek to English, 40 marks. And so that gives you a total of 150 marks. And you have, I think, 3 hours to do it, and it's open book. So you can consult all your books, but don't use a lexicon or a dictionary, just use the vocabulary list at the back of the study guide. Or apparently on the My UNISA site, there is another maybe expanded vocabulary list that you can have access to through My UNISA. It starts 9 o'clock on Friday, it ends at 12. So I'll just say that I pray that you have sharp minds and good memories. Sleep enough the previous night so that you're not too tired. One's memory fades if you're too tired. So give yourself a good night of sleep. Work hard until Thursday night and do your best. And I really hope that you'll pass this and then build on this knowledge to go further, to actually read the New Testament in the original Greek. All the best and God bless you. Bye.